Superman's parents would send him off right as the planet was destroyed. As the spaceship was getting closer and closer to Earth, a wormhole would open up, as it would fall through. As suddenly, Charlie and Vaggie just opened the hotel, as then, a spaceship landed in the center, and a human baby, well, what they thought was a human, really it was a Kryptonian, but they couldn't know that, walked out, as Charlie said, "Oh my god, what is this?" Baby Superman would then crawl out, and then start to fly. As Vaggie would walk, she was shocked by this. As they both stared onwards, and neither of them knew what to say. As Vaggie would say, "Is that a human? It can't be, it's flying." As then she would hold on to it as it flew in her hands and began to cry as it used the bathroom. Charlie would say, "Gross! Come on, Vaggie, let's take care of it for now." As Vaggie and Charlie would take care of it, a few years would pass, and they would help raise Clark Kent. And yeah, since the hotel was just built, it took a while to get people into it. So I'm going to say Clark was around 5 when they finally got a guest, Angel. Man was 5, and he would wear normal clothes, not really having a Superman outfit yet. And Charlie and Vaggie knew a bit about magic, so they would try to teach Clark. But they would learn that his powers didn't come from magic. They came from something they couldn't explain. As he was flying across, Angel would say, "Is that a human? Is he flying?" Charlie would say, that's our child." "Child? So you two adopted a child, huh? Interesting. Anyway, can I stay here?" They would talk as Angel wanted to stay. As then, Clark would go up to Angel and say, "I thought spiders were supposed to be scary." Angel would say, "I could be scary, kid." "Rawr!" As then, Superman would laugh and say, "You're funny." As he would walk off, Angel would say, interesting. I'm not a big fan of kids, but he'll be alright." As then, Angel would go up to his room, as Clark Kent would continue to grow. A little bit before the show started, Lucifer would call Charlie and ask how things were going. Charlie would say, "Great, I've been raising my son." As Lucifer would say, "You have a son? I told you, Dad, I text you. Some weird alien thing flew in, and now, suddenly, the phone stopped working." As then, Lucifer would burst down the door and say, "Where is my grandson?" As Lucifer would automatically run up to Clark. As Clark would look up, he would probably have a different name in this universe, but I'm just going to keep calling him Clark. As Clark would say, "Grandpa?" As he would hug him tightly and say, "Welcome home, welcome to hell. I can't believe I didn't know about you." Charlie would say, "Didn't you get any of my texts? I was ignoring them because I was depressed and thought you hated me." Charlie would say, "What, Dad? Why would you? That doesn't matter now. Let's go have some fun." As Lucifer would take his grandson out to the park, as Charlie would say, Did he just admit?" Vaggie would say, "One problem at a time, dear." As we cut to Lucifer and Clark Kent. As Lucifer and Clark walked together, Lucifer would say, "You can fly, right?" Clark would say, "Yeah." As suddenly Lucifer would grow wings and say, "Follow me." As they would fly across the sky, he would be amazed. As Lucifer would say, "I want to test something." As he would fly toward the barrier Pride Ring. The Pride Ring was very special. The Pride Ring had, it had sinners. But sinners had human souls, so if Clark was really an alien, he could pass through this. But if he was just a human who somehow got these powers, he wouldn't be able to. As Clark was able to fly through with Lucifer, Lucifer would smile and say, "So, you really are an alien." "Oh well. There's nothing wrong with that. Besides, I wonder where you're from." I think suddenly Clark's stomach would growl and he would say, "I want ice cream." As Lucifer would laugh and say, "All right, I'll get you ice cream." Lucifer would take him to get ice cream and then bring him back. As then, later on, Alastor would show up. In this timeline, though, when Vaggie said, "Don't let him in," Clark would fly towards him and stare at him. Alastor was shocked. "Is that a human? I've heard rumors about a human-like child here. I guess it's correct." "Yeah, Charlie's my mom. You better not hurt my mother," he said as he stared. As Alastor would say, "I may be a monster, but I'm still a gentleman," as he would sing and try to get along with Charlie and Superman and try to, play his best cards. As then things would continue like normal. However, one day something would happen. Clark would be playing with his toys. Even though he had superpowers, he was still a child, and he enjoyed playing with them. As he would go on wild adventures, use his imagination, and even fly as he played with them. He had a lot of fun. As Angel walked in, he would say, "Do you want to play?" Angel would look at him with a black eye and say, "Not now," as he would walk away. Clark would say, "But I said not now," as then Angel would say, "I'm sorry, it's just I had a bad day," as he would go to his room. As Clark would ask Husk, "What's wrong with him?" Husk would say, "I can't really tell you because you're a kid, but I'm just going to say his boss is mean." Clark would say, "What's his job again?" Husk would say, "Can't tell you, kid, but it's best you never go there ever." Clark would nod, as he would think.
Clark would then go lay down, as he laid on the couch and eventually went to bed during his bedtime. But then he would sneak out. He knew he can get a lot of trouble for this. After all, he wasn't allowed to go there. He had a curfew, of course, like any child. Even though he had superpowers, he was still a kid. And going into, well, an adult place like that, even though he didn't know what it was, could get him into big trouble.
Still needed the help. As then, Superman would go there. As then, he would find a hero outfit. An outfit that he got from Comic-Con a long time ago from some lesser hero. But he wrote an S on it, Superman, because he always felt super. As luckily, Val's business would be closed, so I wouldn't subject him to that. So don't worry about that. As then, Clark would then knock down the door. As he walked around, he would then see Val. As Val would say, "Is that a child? You know, I may have very low standards, but they do exist, and this is one of them. You'll need to get out." As Clark would say, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I need you to leave Angel alone."
Valentino would just start to laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. "Angel, please, please, please don't tell me he sent a literal child to get him out of his contract. That's so pathetic. He must know it's fail. He wanted to fail so I can punish him. I know he's into me." "Wait, you're a kid. I need to stop. Just leave." As in, Clark would say no. Val would pull out his blaster and say, "You're a kid, so I'm going to tell you one more time. Leave." As suddenly, Clark would fly and punch him, sending him through a wall. As then he would laser beam his face, causing it partly to melt. As he would say, okay. "Give me the contract." As then he broke it. As then Superman would fly away. By the way, he'll be a little bit more brutal in this timeline. I don't think he'll be the Boy Scout that he is. Now, Charlie would influence him, so it's very possible. But I think he would still be a kind of good person, but I don't think he'll be like the Boy Scout he is in the comics. Okay, now let's continue. As Superman went back, Angel would walk up to him and hug him and say, "Thanks. Hey, you didn't see? No, it was closed. Okay, thank God. Woo! Didn't want to have that conversation. Charlie would end me if you saw that. But anyway, thank you." I really would smile as then he left. As then, Superman felt a sense of joy, a sense of happiness from saving people. And he wanted to be a superhero. He wanted to be hell's first superhero. So during nighttime, he would go out and save people. He would hear foul language and see some things growing up. But eventually, he'll become great and he'll become famous. But later on, Charlie would discover this, and he would get a stern talking to, but he would continue doing it, becoming hell's famous superhero. As Adam actually wouldn't do the exorcism, because he would hear about Superman and his strength, and he would be too scared to. So inadvertently, Superman saved hell. He saved hell, became famous, and kept Angel safe. He was a true hero, and a man of steel, a man of trust, and a man that we can all rely on. That's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. Sorry this video is a little short. It is getting kind of late for me, so I want to get this out before I go to bed. But yeah, I already did Superman, but there's a Superman movie coming up, which looks good. Because it does like the classic Superman, the one with the pet, the one that's cheesy, but he always saves the day, you know. And people like the classic Superman. I think he's cool. And there will be serious moments and stuff like that, but he's not going to be like super dark and brooding, which some people wanted, which I feel like I want my Batman dark and brooding, and I want my Superman like that. But that's just me. Everyone has a preference, and if you want your Superman the other way, I totally get it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, by the way. Also, I see comments a lot, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a good YouTuber because I always forget what I say in these videos. Like 2 days after I made a video, I don't remember anything I said. So when you make comments saying, "Hey, you should have done this," I'm like, you paid more attention than I did. You are better than me at this. But yeah. And I'm not being mean or anything. I'm glad you guys are making comments, and I'm glad you guys are pointing out stuff I did wrong. It really helps me out and helps me keep going. But I'm just saying, I don't remember it. So yeah. Anyway, I really do appreciate you guys, though. And I see one person posted in my community, which anyone can, as long as it's not inappropriate, of course. No, like naughty words or slurs or anything like that. You know what I mean? Which I think is obvious, but I just wanted to say that. There was a thing where I could put none restrictions, but I'm like, if I do that, my channel is gonna get destroyed because someone's gonna say I'm really bad. YouTube's gonna see it, so I better keep restrictions on. So that's what I did. So yeah, do whatever you want with that. Talk to each other, post memes or whatever, theories or anything like that. Really, maybe even like, I don't know, some of your videos or something. I don't know. So you guys have fun. Do what you want with that. If there are suggestions, I may see them. I may not see them. Be honest with you, I mostly look through comments for that. But hey, do what you want. You know what I mean? But yeah, before I end this, are you excited for the new Superman? Yes or no? And tell me why. Okay, I think it might be good. Like, I haven't watched superhero movies in a long time, but I might watch this one. Like, usually, here's the thing. I usually just watch serious movies. The only live action movie I've really seen in a while is Venom, and I love Venom. Like like Venom, you gotta get that Venom. We're gonna get the Venom. You know, when Eddie Brock gets the thing. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna go to bed. Love you all so much. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Peace out.